Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanMuscle.com, and today we're taking a closer look at installing and dyno testing the Diablosport inTune i3 Platinum Tuner, available for the 09 to 14 5.7 liter HEMI Challenger. Now before we jump into all the details of the tunes included and the device itself, what do you say we head right on over to the dyno graph to take a look at some results. So we strapped our 13 5.7 HEMI Challenger down to the dyno, bone stock with 93 octane in the tank. We established our baseline run and walked away with 346 horsepower, 377 pound-feet of torque at the rear wheels. We then uploaded our Diablo tune, good for 93 octane, the preloaded option on our i3 Platinum, walked away with 357 horsepower and 394 pound-feet of torque at the rear wheels. Now that's good for peak gains of 11 horsepower and 17 torque at the rear wheels. Now curve gains, we're seeing as much as 13 horsepower and 18 pound-feet of torque at the rear wheels. And we're seeing really good gains all across the RPM band. It's very consistent. And we're seeing these gains at the low to mid range that are really going to improve upon our throttle response and acceleration and make this vehicle feel a lot more alive, especially as a daily driver. Imagine throwing one of those custom tunes in the mix with your Platinum tuner and you can take it even further. Now you should be checking out the Diablosport inTune i3 Platinum tuner if you're looking for a handheld preloaded tuner that's super easy to use, but has the ability to store and use up to 10 custom tunes. Now the Diablosport here comes with a number of preloaded options such as 87, 91, and their Diablo tune, otherwise 93 octane, to really maximize performance, and 93 octane is what we're focusing on in this video. What you just saw from that dyno graph there was their Diablo tune on our bone stock 5.7 HEMI, and as you saw, pretty good results were gained. Now the Diablosport tuner here does have a number of other features to take advantage of. If you think maybe in the future you would want to upgrade to a custom tune more specific to your vehicle to maximize potential of any bolt-on mods you have, whether it be mildly modified, heavily modified, or even bone stock like ours is, a custom tune more specific to your vehicle can net better gains, especially when power adders are thrown into the mix, and the Platinum option has that feature or capability built in. The device also has a number of other different features to take advantage of, such as the DTC code reader. Anytime that a check engine light comes on, you can plug this guy in, read the code, get a description, and when the problem's taken care of, you can clear the code, taking that check engine light off the dash. Now, we all know it's really annoying to look at, so being able to do that here right on the device is really, really handy without needing a separate tool. Now, you can also data log your vehicle's performance here, which is especially useful if you ever want to take advantage of the custom tune capabilities. You can data log and record your vehicle's performance and communicate that back to your tuner for possible revisions and improvements upon any custom tune that you're working on. You can also do that with the preloaded tune, but I see it coming in handy more so with a custom tune added. Now the device has Wi-Fi capabilities, so you can wirelessly update the software and firmware on your Diablosport tuner, which can come in handy when you don't have access to a computer or laptop. It's really just a lot easier to do from the driver's seat if you're in range of a Wi-Fi, so in the driveway of your house, it's a good place to think of. Now the device comes in right around $400. The install is going to be 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter here. Anybody can tackle it in the driveway at home with about 30 minutes from start to finish. Keep in mind, guys, custom tunes are not included in the kit, but if you do see yourself taking advantage of it, you'll find those in the regular tuning menu, and I'm going to walk you through that menu in just a second. I'm also going to take you through some features, so what do you say we hop in the driver's seat and get to work? First step here in the tuning process is to grab the OBD2 harness, plug it into your OBD2 port under the driver's side dashboard, right around the center there, and then plug the other end into your tuner. All right, once that's plugged in, grab that other end. This will go right into the bottom slot. Perfect. Now you can hit your ignition on and get started. All right, once you plug in the device, you'll be greeted with the boot up menu and then a quick disclaimer. It's more of a terms and conditions you just want to agree to. You'll hit yes to accept that, basically saying this is meant for performance. You're supposed to use this properly and responsibly, so on and so forth. So once that pops up, we'll hit yes, continue, and go through the process. All right, so here we're gonna hit yes. And from the main menu, you have 3 options: tune vehicle, scan tool, and settings. You wanna jump right into tuning your vehicle? Make sure you hit the start-stop button if you have the button, or put your key in the run position, but don't start the engine. So press continue once you have that done. From here you have 3 options: Easy Tune, Advanced Tune, and Restore Backup. Restore Backup's not going to be a selection for the first time, but once it saves your stock file, that'll be there. Now, we want to jump in and use the Advanced Tune to be able to fine-tune what we want. If you want to make it the absolute easiest as it possibly could, you can do Easy Tune, but Advanced Tune gives you a few more parameters to select. Now from here, we want to hit Tune Select, and of course we're going to go right into the preloaded 93 octane or Diablo tune. So we're going to install Standard Tune, but under that you have Custom and Parameters to modify. From here, options are going to be Diablo Tune or 93 octane, 91, modify stock, or skip control unit. Now we're going to go in the Diablo tune. Of course, you want to get the most out of this. So you want to hit yes on the selected tune. The i3 will now read a backup from the vehicle. It'll save your stock file to the device, and that selection I mentioned earlier, restore backup, would allow you to return to stock. But for now, we want to hit yes and have that saved. Now, this is going to give us right out of the box here a quick notice, and it says the vehicle requires additional programming before a tune. The process can take up to 30 minutes to complete. Ensure headlights and all other devices are off. Now, because this may take some additional time the first time you do this, if your battery voltage is a little low, you might want to put a jump pack on it or a battery charger on it just to make sure it stays up and running. But for the first time, it'll take a little bit longer, but after that first is out of the way, your tunes will be ready to go on the vehicle. So we want to hit continue and allow it to go through this process. We'll come back when it's ready to write the tune. All right, it'll prompt you to turn the ignition off. Press continue. Back into the run position. Press continue. All right, at this point, it goes right into writing your tune. There may be multiple stages. You can see this is stage 1. You want to let it load 0 to 100 as many times as it needs to. It'll give you a notification telling you that it is complete. It also may ask you to turn the ignition off again and press continue and then back on. So you just want to, stand by, keep an eye on it. Do not unplug the device and don't turn off the ignition unless it prompts you to. All right, so ignition off. Continue. Do run. All right, so you can see it's going through stage 2. Again, just let it load 0 to 100 and we'll come back at the end. All right, again, ignition off. Continue. Back into run and continue. All right, from here you can modify any parameters, apply your tune. We're going to go right into applying the tune because modifying parameters gets into things like tire size, gear ratio, speed limiter, rev limiter, so on and so forth. We're going to keep all that the same directly as is on the Diablo tune and let it do its thing. All right, tuning complete. You can unplug it. You can keep it in the glove box, center console. Before we disconnect, I want to take you guys through some of the features of the device aside from tune. All right, now from the main menu, aside from tune vehicle, you'll have scan tool. Now, if you click that and ensure that your key is in the run position, you'll be able to take advantage of a DTC code reader, essentially. You don't need another device to see what the check engine light's about if it comes on. What you'll be able to do is plug this in, go to Scan Tool, select Show Trouble Codes. It'll read the code, give you a description and the code itself. You'll be able to clear the code, and then under that is data logging. The data logging is going to help with making any tune revisions you might want to make on any custom tunes that you have saved on your device. So if you want to take advantage of saving custom tune files from your own personal tuner, you can do so on the device, data log, see what's going on with your performance, communicate that to your tuner, and make any revisions if needed. Not everybody's going to take advantage of data logging, but for the guys who want to fine tune a custom tune, that's a good advantage to have with this device. Now, other than that, you're going into settings because there aren't a ton of different options with this device aside from the scan tool, data logging, and tuning. You do have Wi-Fi access, Wi-Fi configuration. You can connect to a network. That way, if you do need updates or anything like that, you don't need to plug it into a laptop if you're in the vicinity of Wi-Fi that you can access. Under that is analog input setup, where you can add parameters, modify existing parameters, delete parameters that you've already established, and you can restore any defaults for the tunes. Under that, sound and display, there is a beep per se when you click a button on the device. You can turn that off, make the screen brighter, so on. And advanced options, check for updates, and tech support. If you're having any issues, you can try navigating the menus on here to solve an issue, or you can give Diablosport the call. And then if you have custom tunes, you can erase a tune there. So that really encompasses everything that this device offers. We looked at advanced tune where you can make parameter modifications. That's really the only other option that you would dive into. So at this point, that's your device. So that's going to wrap up my review, install, and dyno test of the Diablosport inTune i3 Platinum Tuner for all 09 to 14 5.7 HEMI Challengers. You can get yours right here at AmericanMuscle.com.